you may have noticed that Terry Milewski is guest hosting the show today. What you may not know is that today is officially his last day here at CBC. After almost 39 years, yikes, he says it's time to go. We couldn't let the occasion go without reflecting on his long and accomplished career and the mark that he has left on Parliament Hill and Canada.
The pro Cowboys have walked out of the Stampede, and they've been replaced by amateurs. Terry Milewski, CBC News, Calgary.
Washington, Vancouver, Ottawa.
Let's get the update from the man who knows these things, and that's our parliamentary senior correspondent, and that's Terry Milewski.
Well, Peter, I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit.
I think that Terry Milewski's always been in a class apart.
It's a simple fact of political life. If Terry Milewski's talking about you on TV, you're done like dinner, so you just better fess up and fix up or check out.
Ask the tough questions without fear.
Why should voters not conclude that you're giving yourself a financial edge because maybe you think that's the only way you can win? Voters are surely entitled to a direct answer to this direct question. Surely this coalition monkey is going to stay on your back every day of the campaign, because people will assume if you don't rule it out, that's because you've got something to hide. Why not just admit you've beaten the deficit and retire happy?
I thought you were at the Olympics.
Pleasure to take your questions now, and I heard the dulcet tones of Mr. Milewski over here, so I'll turn to him first.
Thank you. I hope we're rolling on that. If you won't tell us what you're going to do instead of bombing, can you at least tell us when you're going to tell us?
Well, the fact is, and obviously, once we figure out what way Canada can best help, you will be among the first to know.
Okay. Paul Vieira, Wall Street Journal.
Why would he be first?
Because he asked first.
Seniority is based on age.
If we'd been on top of this, what we would have had is had your daughter distracting Milewski. That's the guy we would have targeted.
My question is that this seems to have
What else is my fault, Terry? That sounds... We're onto something here.
He's always stood up strongly, never backed down from anyone.
The non-stop question over and over and over and over again until he gets an answer.
Will you or will you not accept? That was the question. A direct answer. Question. Will you or will you not accept a decision by the Governor General?
I'm not, Terry, as I've said before, I'm not going to speculate on hypotheticals.
Why not?
We're in this.
Why not?
And I have felt the sting of his comments and questions as a late-life politician.
I'm not sure I was ever on the receiving end. I might have been, but if I was, perhaps I deserved it.
I'll tell you, he was a bastard, but he was a bastard to everybody. So that consistency, I mean, that's going to bode him well.
I just wish Terry would speak his mind more. He's always been such a shrinking violet that we never really knew what he was thinking.
All we know is that some Russian diplomats have gone home and that one of them is named Tatiana. Too soon to say they're back, Peter, but they're alive. Tomorrow will be the Queen's 7th Canada Day spent in Canada, so you'd forgive her for saying, been there, done that. But apparently, she is not a quitter. It seems that all three leaders are, well, improvising, Peter. 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 Peter.
Peter?
Peter?
Peter? Peter?
Well, Peter, if you look at the documents...
Back to you, Peter.
Well, have to trill the muscle. Peter?
But he's a really big loss to the journalistic community because whether you agreed with it all the time or not, and as a government you wouldn't, naturally.
In many ways, I will miss him on future campaign trails, and in many other ways, I won't.
All the best, Terry. You're a great guy, great journalist, done some wonderful work, and you're always fair.
Terry, all the best.
Terry, you've done enormous amount of good work on behalf of Canadian people. I don't know what you're going to do when you're retired.
Luckily for everyone, for all of us, for you, Terry is not totally retiring. It's hard to get him to leave entirely, so you'll see his writing on CBC.ca, of course. He'll do columns there, and he will be hosting this show from time to time, including, of course, today. So let's say goodbye, farewell to Terry for now. Terry, you will be missed around the office, maybe not quite as much by the politicians on Parliament Hill. Above all, thank you. Thanks for always pushing for the answer, even when it wasn't obvious. Thanks for the mustache, and thanks for being you.
Well, I'm taking names of all those who did not miss me, and I'll get you in the end. That's Power and Politics. I'm Terry Milewski. On the Money is coming up next on CBC News Network. Oh, stop. Congratulations. Enough.